Hey everybody, I am so excited to see you. I am so excited that I get to talk to you for just a few minutes about something that I know has meant a lot to me, especially when I'm a little scared and I kind of want to be a little afraid. This lesson helps me so much. So maybe it'll help you too. I want to talk about heroes. Do you have any heroes? Can you think of anybody like, they're awesome, they're amazing? Like maybe Captain America? Or Elsa? Or Iron Man maybe? Well, those are fun characters, but they're not real. They're not really heroes because they're not real. They're pretend. I want to talk about real heroes, and a real hero is someone who trusts God. Even when he doesn't know how things are going to turn out, he still or she still trusts God. In fact, the Bible tells us that, you want to know what faith is? Faith means trust. It's being sure of what we hope for. We just know it will happen because of even things we don't understand. We trust. And we know that God is good and God takes care of his people, doesn't he? Has anybody been maybe a little scared lately? Has anybody sort of seen your parents always talking so serious and they just seem very, just always talking about serious things and scary and you don't know what to do and everything's all going differently these days. It's not the way it used to be, even a few weeks ago. What's going on? I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be scared and you don't have to be afraid, because I'm going to talk to you about a cloud of heroes that surrounds us all the time. We have heroes all around us. So when you're scared, think about them. So I'm going to tell you about just a few of them. You see all these pictures on the board. Well, we're going to first talk about Noah. Noah had great faith. Think about it. Noah had never even seen a raindrop. And God tells him to build a big ark to save his family because he was going to destroy the world with rain. Noah trusted. Even though he had never even seen a raindrop, he trusted because he knew God was in control and that God loved him. Do you know someone else who trusted? Abraham. Abraham trusted many times. One time was when, the very first time we learn about Abraham, they called him Abram. God said, Abram, leave your home, the place you've always lived, all your friends and all your family, and take your wife and go, and I'll tell you where you're going. I'm going to take you to a better place. And he left everyone he knew. How scary that must have been. And he left. And then he also had faith when later he had a son, Isaac, and God told him to sacrifice him. But he trusted God. He knew somehow, God was going to make good of this. And he trusted. And sure enough, God did provide something much better, didn't he? What about Moses' parents? Amram and Jochebed. We don't go around saying their names a lot, but think about the amazing ways they trusted God. They had this little baby who they knew Pharaoh, if he found him, was going to kill him. And they knew Moses was no ordinary baby. And they saved him, put him in a basket, put him in the very dangerous Nile River where there were crocodiles and snakes. And he made sure Moses was safe. They trusted God. They had faith. You know who else had faith? Even back before Moses, Joseph had faith. Isaac had faith. Jacob had faith. And And then as Moses grew older, Moses had faith as he grew up. He was 40 years old and he gave up being a prince in Egypt because he knew his people, the Israelites, were suffering. They were slaves and they were being treated terribly. He said, this is not right. I need to be with my people. And eventually God used Moses to do wonderful things. And because of God, Moses led Israel for many, many years. What about the Israelites? Sometimes the Israelites were a real mess, weren't they? But let's talk about the trust they had. When they stepped into the Red Sea, Pharaoh's armies were closing in behind them. They knew they were going to die. And all that was before them was this big sea. And when God raised and moved the waters, they walked through on dry ground the whole way. That would have been a long walk. But they trusted that the wall of water would not fall on them. And they didn't drown, did they? Also, Rahab wasn't an Israelite. Rahab was from Jericho. And Rahab was living a messed up life. But she hid Israel's spies and kept them safe. And God spared her when Israel destroyed Jericho. Because she trusted God. She had faith. And then I like this. So it spends a lot of time. And there are other guys. I mean, there are all these other ones I could have told you about. In fact, you should look and see if you can find out who some of the other people are that I haven't mentioned. But read about this. This one gets me every time. Every time I get goosebumps when I read it. What more can I say? I don't even have time to talk about all the other people who trusted God. I don't have time to talk about Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah. I don't have even time to talk about David. David! Think of all the stuff David did. It's like, no, I don't have time to talk about David. Or Samuel, or all the prophets. But because of their faith, they took over kingdoms. They ruled fairly. They received the blessings God had promised. They shut the mouths of lions. Who do you think that he's talking about there? They put out great fires. They escaped being killed by swords. Their weakness was turned into strength. Why? Because they trusted. They became powerful in battle and they beat back armies from other countries. These are real people doing these things. The dead were raised to life again. Women received back their sons who had died. There were others who were made to suffer greatly. But they allowed themselves to suffer so that even after they died, after they were killed, they'd have a better life. And boy, have they ever had a better life. They're having the best life ever. Some were made fun of and even whipped. Some were held in chains and put in prison. Some were killed with stones. They walked around just wearing animal skins. They were very poor. They were attacked and mistreated. And the world wasn't worthy of these great people. They wandered around in deserts and mountains. They would hide in caves. They even lived in holes in the ground sometimes. They had great trust in God. Great trust in God. And you know what? All these people that I've been praising over here because they had great faith and trust in God, we had something even better planned for us because we know Jesus has already walked on this earth. They did all this stuff and Jesus had yet to ever walk on the earth or die for their sins yet. But they still had great faith. We know Jesus was here. He walked on the earth and he died and was raised again for us so that we would never have to be afraid of anything important. So he said, you know what? This huge cloud of heroes all around us, throw off everything that stands in your way, don't be scared. Keep looking to Jesus. You think about him and you won't get tired, and you won't lose hope, and you won't stay afraid, because Jesus is so good. I want you guys to make some clouds out of paper and write the names of your favorite Bible characters I've mentioned here, or you can look for yourself, you older ones in Hebrews, and find some different ones I didn't mention. Find the ones I hadn't talked about and write them. Put them around your bed or put them around where you're studying school. So when you're scared, you can look at these and remember, I don't have to be scared. I can just look at Jesus. The best thing you can do is write Jesus' name, because Jesus is the best example ever of trusting in God, isn't he? I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all soon one day.